What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So today we are doing an update on where the truck is as far as being in the shop. As you can see, I am still hanging out in a hotel room. I did switch hotels from the one down the street, but that's neither here or there. So without going into a bunch of BS and nonsense, let's just jump right into it. Let me give you guys kind of an update of where I am currently as far as what has been done, what hasn't been done, and what we're looking at. So as you've seen in the little startup preview, the bill as of right now is setting at $12,900, with not everything being known. So when I left you guys off Sunday in the last video, Friday we had replaced the EGR cooler. It didn't fix anything other than the coolant leak. Saturday we got towed to Volvo of Fontana, California. And Sunday when I made the video, we'd been checked into Volvo Fontana, and we were waiting for Monday because they were supposed to have a diagnosis for us Monday by noon as to what was wrong with the truck. Well, Monday by noon happened a couple of days ago. But anyways, so as of right now, it is Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be able to get this out today or not. I've been having issues with this dang laptop, so I'll get it out to you guys as soon as possible. But this video is what I'm talking about. But so anyways, where we're at right now, the truck needs a new turbo. Sorry, brain just went dead. The actuator is fine. They removed the actuator and the turbo, found that the sector shaft is seized, and so we need a whole new turbo kit. The whole new turbo kit, the parts is just over $5,000. The labor is just over $1,500. We noticed a leak, an oil leak up in Barstow, which I've never had before. And so we found where that was coming from, and that is the filler hose, where you add your oil to. And so I need a new one of those. That part is $1,400 with $500 in labor. And then as of Monday night, they did call me with an estimate, but the estimate they called me with, all they had done was diagnose the turbo and the filler hose. They hadn't even checked into the check advised unit runs rough, which was when it was misfiring and whatnot. And so yeah, anyways, so they hadn't done that as of yet. And so Tuesday, I was on the phone with them trying to get them to figure out how to get a total bill together, because they wanted to send that to my aftermarket warranty. Well, you guys are only wanting to send part of it. And so anyways, finally got them to do what they needed to do, and I approved them to tear down to check the injectors, because one of the codes that we'll go over in a second is an injector code. And so anyways, I got them to start tearing it down. And so then they tore down, they removed, I'll just read it to you guys. Found engine was missing, which was obvious. Drained coolant, removed air filter, valve cover, found coolant in the engine, which, that was the EGR cooler Friday. Check engine oil level, and it is overfilled, which EGR cooler put coolant into the engine, which obviously added to the amount of what you would think was oil, but there's coolant in the oil now. And then remove rocker shaft and all 6 injectors, inspected injectors and camshafts, and found it okay. Pressure tested each of the 6 cylinders and found that cylinder 5's not holding pressure, possibly due to broken piston ring, cracked piston liner, broken cylinder head, valve stems, need additional time to continue teardown. And so that took us all the way through to Tuesday. So, and then earlier today, this morning, they said that they needed this, which is, when I got this message about, this is what they've came back on, the unit runs rough, and so they needed authorization to continue tearing down. And so I gave them authorization, and then I called back at 12:30 to give them, to figure out where they were, if they'd found anything new, and they told me that they were still waiting on authorization from me. And so at that point, I just lost it. It's getting ridiculous at this point. And so I've frustrated. We'll just use the word frustrated right now. So wouldn't recommend Volvo of Fontana. Wouldn't recommend Volvo of Reno. Wouldn't recommend Volvo of Rock Springs, Wyoming. Been to all 3. Spent days and days waiting on all 3 of these places. So personal thoughts: you have a Volvo, you're in the area, don't go to any one of those 3. But so anyways, they now have authorization, so they are currently working on tearing down and figuring out piston 5. So anyways, let's go over codes. Codes. Sorry, trying not to drag on, but I wanted to give you guys a good solid update of where I'm at, what I'm dealing with. That way you guys can refer back to these codes, and hopefully we can help some of you guys out. But anyways, first code, SPN 1127-FMI 14 is a boost air system fault code, which could be, just a leak in your boost system somewhere. It could be anything from little brackets to hoses to whatever. So like TA can do simple boost pressure checks, if it ends up being something that simple. With me it wasn't. So my second code was 641-7, so SPN 641-FMI 7, which is turbo actuator code. As I read you guys, they checked the actuator's fine. It ended up being the sector shaft that is seized, and so the sector shaft essentially made both of those codes go off, so is what I'm being told. And then 655, or SPN 655-FMI 13 was an injector. I couldn't get specific. I could find 655-5, which is cylinder 5, which is what I'm dealing with, but mine said 655-13, which, the closest thing I could find online and whatnot was injector cylinder 2, but like I said, they did injector inspections and all that kind of stuff, and they're all fine, so it's more linked to cylinder 5, I guess. And then the last code was SPN 1127-FMI 2, which is exhaust gas temperature is high, which that one kind of still makes me nervous, because from what I've been told, and this is just what I've been told, but when you get coolant into your oil and your cylinders, God, I couldn't think, then it's hard for your DPF system to burn that off, if it can even burn it off at all. So I mean, it will burn off the soot, you know, the soot from fuel and whatnot, you know, that's why you do your engine regens. But coolant's a whole different thing, and so coolant can seriously mess up your DPF, and so so that code right there kind of, you know, it scares me a little bit. But anyways, guys, that's where we're at. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to know anything else, you know, drop it in the comments below. I'm just here to try to let you guys know where I'm at, and hopefully I can help save your guys' butt, you know, on something. So those are the codes. That's what I'm dealing with. As soon as they figure out cylinder 5 and what's going on there, I'll do another video and we'll see what this final build is like, and yeah, we'll go on from there. So, but I will see you guys all on the next video.